and welcome back to Dead Pine Archives. My name is Dan, and I'm your host. And I have my 3 co-hosts here with me today, Kelly, Zach, and Neil.
Hello.
Hello. Greetings, salutations, my friends.
Hooroo.
And today we are learning about a cryptid from Kelly.
Yes, welcome back to Cryptid Talk. That's now what I'm calling it. So today we're going to be talking about a little-known cryptid outside of Michigan. Whenever you go to look up a list of Michigan cryptids, this one always pops up. And I was so curious about it because in classic form, this is another situation where not only have I never heard of this town in Michigan, I have never heard of this creature. Just like all of my previous stories, it's always like, where in Michigan?
What the hell was even that?
What is it? I don't know. So this cryptid comes to us from Amble, Michigan. Have any of you heard of or been in Amble?
No, I'm not, Kelly.
Why do you sound like you're at a sports narrating that you're like, yes,
Because that's
Kelly.
his dream is to do pundit stuff.
That's all.
Don't even get me started. I would love to do pundit work.
That's literally all he's going to do is just sports talk voice the entire.
Kelly, I would love to learn more. Please tell me.
Oh, that's gotta hurt.
Ooh, I wonder how that's going to work out for him.
F&A, Cotton. F&A.
Her hands were all bloody.
All right, we're getting into it.
No, I've never heard of that place. Where
No,
is
I've
it?
never heard of Amble either.
So
Is it
Amble,
in Michigan?
it is.
So-
Wow.
Continue.
Can you believe we're in a completely different country?
It's crazy that you said Amble, Michigan, and it's in Michigan.
Give her a round.
It's a classic misnomer. So Amble, Michigan is kind of like midway in the mitten. And at this point, it is pretty much a ghost town, which might be a little bit of an offensive thing to say, considering there are still solid. Well, so Amble is a very, very small town. And there are less than 20 people that live there now.
That's a ghost town. Sorry. You can be,
well,
you're
that's-
part of the living dead at this point.
There's at least like 20 of us. We're not dead yet.
Would it be would it be a zombie town and not a ghost town? Boom, boom. Because they're like kind of alive, but not really.
That's gonna hurt.
That's gotta hurt, town of Amble.
Oh, jeez. Well, no. So it's a very small town. It is very Midwest backwoods. Like even when you go on like the Google Street View of it, it's like a couple of straight roads. There is a church. There is a car repair shop. There is a bar called Rusty's Amble Inn, which I think is fun.
Okay, what else do you need but those 3 things? Car, done. Bar, done. Church, you got nothing better to do.
Drinking and driving, done.
Doesn't sound like there's police there.
That's gotta hurt.
You hate to see that happen.
Well, yeah, it's like it is a very small town. They haven't even had their own post office since 1953.
Oh, they had one and they lost it?
Well, yeah. I mean, I
Where
feel like
did it go? This is a bit that's going for the rest of this episode. Sorry.
I know it is. I know it is.
We're happy to have it here. So. I feel like when you have a town that's that small, once it gets to a point where the number of people dwindles that far, you probably do lose your like post office privileges. You probably do just have to go to the next town.
Oh.
I mean, technically not every city in Michigan, like even over by us, has their own post office. So
I guess that's true. Well, and also like whenever they say like, oh, this town only has like, 20 people or less, I feel like once you get out there, like the amount of land that is that city is like, I don't know, like big.
Well, yeah,
because it takes forever.
farmland.
Yeah, because it takes forever to get to the next city.
Yeah.
And 20 people will own enough, like as much land as 50 people each will, have in suburbia, right?
Yeah.
Well, and so much farmland has been bought up by bigger corporations.
Well, yeah, but I'm like,
That's
if I
gotta hurt.
fucking damn it, if I have to drive out of my city to go do something or go to a store, it takes me 10 minutes.
Yeah.
But if you're in farmland and you're like, oh, I have to go to the next city, I feel like that's a 45-minute drive, maybe if you're lucky.
Yeah. Yeah. I have
Exactly.
friends that have even lived on like the west side, and in order to just drive to like a Walmart, it would take like close to an hour.
Which is crazy to me. But I've always lived, I think we've all lived.
I've usually lived in
very-
pretty metropolitan areas.
Yeah. Some would say that's gotta hurt. All right, I'm done. That was last time.
Some would say, or just one specific person.
There's one specific person who's trying for a gag going way longer
Well,
than needed
this
to
has
be.
been episode 2 with our good friend Zach, and he will see you in the year 2026. Thanks for joining us, Zach.
What if he left?
I would feel kind of
The
bad.
door closes.
In the tiny town of Amble, there is one very notable cryptid that keeps showing up in all of these lists of Michigan cryptids. And again, it's another situation where none of us have heard of Amble. None of us have been there. I don't even think we've ever passed through. And I have also never heard of this creature. Why don't you guys tell me if you have ever heard of Michigan's giant green squirrel?
Squirrel.
I would love to.
I mean, I only know it because I looked up a bunch of lists for this podcast. You know, so like I saw the name, but
So you've
have
never heard any
it.
like urban legends about
Nope.
a giant green rat?
No.
No, nothing.
I don't even know anything about regular squirrels.
All right, well. So the earliest mention of the giant green squirrel, that's just what it's called. Maybe by the end of this episode, we'll have an actual name for it because green squirrel doesn't really roll, but nobody's ever given it an actual name.
It's the squirrel.
Maybe by the end of this we can do better. I sounded like Yoda for a second.
By the end of this episode, we will.
Speaking of green things,
Squirrel.
it's just
Wheel. Squirrel.
Wheel's kind of nice.
Wheel.
everyone enjoying this episode?
Wheel.
So the earliest mention of the giant green squirrel that I could find dates all the way back to 2017. And
All the way
in the Wayback Machine. Because here's the fun thing about this. This thing is always included in the list of cryptids, but whenever you go to look it up, I had to dig so hard in the archives to find anything. And the general consensus is this. Once upon a time, there was some sighting by someone in Amble at some point who saw a giant squirrel. and
it was green, I presume?
and it was green, but here's the thing. It is apparently a nocturnal creature that only comes out at night. So who can say? I mean, everybody says green, but I couldn't find a source on the lore surrounding it. Is just that someone somewhere in Amble saw a squirrel and it was nighttime. And whenever you look up sources on the lore, everybody's like, oh, this might be another local legend that just came from the bottom of a bottle. And I'm like,
Clearly.
like,
how much do you drink to see a giant?
There's 3 buildings and one is a bar.
Say, no.
When you say giant,
this is
how
how
big is
I'm
giant?
calling it right now. Like, that is exactly true with this one. Because nothing sounds more drunk than Giant Green Squirrel! Giant Green Squirrel!
Can you believe?
Can you believe it? I was out there at a Giant Green Squirrel.
Did you see that squirrel? Well, no. So whenever you look it up online, the sources all say the exact same thing without ever citing a source, which is very interesting. So the sources all say that the size of this squirrel ranges from either the size of a specifically 72 Buick
Big car.
Good answer.
to between that and a hill.
So you're
What
telling
size hill? Is the hill the size of a 52
That's the unsettling part, isn't it?
So I have 2 thoughts on this. One, you're telling me you saw a green giant thing that looks similar to a hill, but not a hill. And 2, you saw a green car
With eyes.
with eyes. Also, like,
I mean, her
Could
being
it-
fully loaded definitely got me ready for this
Well,
kind of
the reports
conversation.
vary on what color the eyes are too. The consensus is that the eyes are always glowing, but
What color?
well, that's the thing. Some people say
so a
red, some
car.
people say yellow, some
Headlights.
people say white, and I was like,
Headlight-colored.
these are a lot of colors that come on cars.
also, no, maybe.
I mean, red headlights aren't normal, but the rest are pretty normal.
But why'd the car have a big bushy tail?
Okay,
What time of year?
Mr. Scientist.
What time of year
I don't
is
wanna-
this? Because what if there's just a Christmas tree on it, and that's what they thought the tail was?
That's such a cute question.
That's
no
actually a
one
great idea.
knows.
I was not
That's actually a
expecting
good
that
idea.
response from
Well,
you
no,
guys.
because I mean, like, honestly, if someone's drunk and they see a Buick very specific
Well-
one that's green driving by with a Christmas tree on top, it might look like something weird.
Well, so there is, in addition to this giant car or land mass that is a squirrel, there is also the report that it makes standard squirrel noises, like the little like chittering, but it can be heard echoing throughout the hills.
Chitter, chitter.
Well, and also, I'm
How you're
always
saying cheater.
Chitter, chitter, I'm a squirrel.
Well, and it's also very interesting because when you do the street view of like Amble, I don't see a single hill in that area. It is farmland. It's very flat. So I was like,
It could have been a pile of dirt that they had there for a day. They're farming. That stuff
that's
gets...
not very whimsical of you, Dan.
Well, I mean,
Well, that explains a lot, actually, because they're like, it's the size of a car or a hill. I've never seen a hill, though, but I imagine it's that size.
Well, and so I was trying to look up.
Now we're like from the south.
Well, that's kind of how certain areas of Michigan are. The farther north you go, the more southern it gets. It's kind of weird.
Yeah.
So I
You
started.
just love to be right, don't you?
She does. I did think for a second it could be like maybe they just saw a bear, but I guess the bears wouldn't really be in that area.
Bear squirrel.
Like it's not up north enough for a bear.
No,
a bear
it's like
squirrel.
so flat. There's like wasn't even that much like foliage in
All right,
general.
where's friend of the show, Joey, on this? Is it just a mangy bear or...
Well, no,
Oh.
because Joey was a credible source, and all of the reporters tried to say that his parents were drunk, and it was not true.
They insult the son of a strawberry picker.
I'm going all the way
It
back.
is entirely possible that somebody was very much on the sauce. But so I was trying to look into just like general legends and lore surrounding giant squirrels to see if I could find something. And apparently there is folklore linked to certain indigenous groups centered around Nova Scotia about giant squirrels that used to just kind of come down to the villages and be a general nuisance. They didn't harm anybody. They're not like man eaters or anything, but they would just like do squirrel antics, but bigger. They would like steal food and like chew on stuff and whatnot. They would just be like, get the hell out of here. Like just how you would with normal squirrels. They were just big. But
Nova Scotia is so far away.
Don't change.
I mean, Canada, it's connected. It's landmass.
It's so far away.
I'm like, sure, but it could be farther. I didn't find anything that's in like France.
Wait, were the
Just
squirrels
looking at
driving to
connection.
Buick from there?
Right. I was just trying, specifically at
Yeah,
72.
just to see, see what you
I
can
was
find
just
on it.
trying to see like if there are any areas of the world where they have giant squirrels. And it was kind of interesting that the only one that really came up was Canada, because that's not like wicked far in terms of the globe.
Well, and you think about like again, we've gone over this where like a lot of Michigan has a lot of like Native American names and stuff for like places, and so you know if you said it was like native lore in Nova Scotia,
Yeah.
So I mean, like there's a connection.
Yeah.
I don't mean it is, but I think that like if you hear, it's like when you do Bigfoot, like there's always a different version, but it's cool that like there's more.
Well, and it does sound like there is some credibility to the lore of the giant squirrels from that area, because it suggested that those were essentially just like the evolutionary chain of living ground sloths, because apparently the sloths used to have certain types of
had
sloths
sloths?
used to have like long hairy tails and would eat like vegetation and chew bark and stuff like that ages and ages and ages ago. Those legends occur back around like 500 BC.
Can you find a sloth naturally, like in nature in America?
Probably not now.
A sloth?
A sloth.
I don't think.
They're like tropical, right? Or at least the ones now, right?
Yeah, I mean,
Or like rainforest, maybe not
I mean, they were like everything back in like not prehistoric times, but like animals were bigger, and yes, ma'am.
Oh no, so sloths live in tropical rainforests and mangrove forests of Central and South America, including they also live in
in Central America?
Central and South America.
Where what
Panama, Brazil, Colombia, Peru.
Okay,
Yeah, like tropical areas,
Michigan.
yeah.
in Michigan?
Funny enough.
No. Yeah, that makes sense.
Well, it's just, it lends some credibility to the fact that there were giant creatures that did exist that had similar tails and would do similar antics. So,
I just thought it was interesting to have the idea of like a sloth that far north.
Yeah.
Because I assume, I'm not exactly sure where Nova Scotia is, but I know it's higher than we are because it's in Canada.
Don't you know?
Well, the fun.
We talked about this actually.
We talked about the differences between certain areas of the Midwest and Quebecois and every other Canadian. Yeah.
I'm just vibing.
You are just vibing.
So while I was looking up information to try and get a foothold on the squirrel legends, I did come across something called the Big Squirrel Mystery in Grand Haven from 2020. And I was like, oh, he's on the move.
It seems like a COVID fever dream.
Well, I was like, oh, giant squirrel relocated to Grand Haven. That's crazy. Turns out it was just a report of a bunch of squirrels in the area moving in a group migration pattern, causing a bunch of them to be crossing roads all at once. And unfortunately, a good number of them turned up dead in rivers and lakes.
Oh my god, I was just about to ask if maybe
I was just about to ask how many of them turned up dead in rivers.
now, what if hear me out, this might be a bit of a stretch. They just formed a mega squirrel.
That's where I was gonna go with this.
It's like a transformer, but of squirrels.
Or was it
and
the-
The Megazord of squirrels, right?
It's like, it's, Power Rangers where they all
yeah,
become,
Megazord,
yeah, Mega. Okay, well, I'm dumb.
So
I got
maybe
you.
it wasn't a mega squirrel, it was a bunch of little baby squirrels into a big ass squirrel.
Mega Squirrel?
Mega big ass squirrel.
And it just rolled around.
Giant Green Squirrel.
And it just rolled around in grass clippings. And that's how we get the legend.
Well, he might be
Yes.
radioactive if you can hang on to each other like that.
That's true. Wait. So can you re-say the part about they were migrating in groups? Please.
Please.
Turns out the mystery was just a bunch of squirrels that were moving in a group migration pattern, causing a bunch of them to be crossing roads all at once and turning up dead in rivers and lakes.
That's gotta hurt.
God fucking yeah. I knew something was going to happen.
I was way too giddy. I almost started laughing before I said it.
Oh, I know.
Sorry, go ahead.
Despite
Continue.
of some people assuming that this meant it was the end times,
Wildlife experts weren't concerned and just kind of chalked it up to environmental fluctuations in their habitat, which caused the local squirrel population to kind of up their ante in the quest for food.
That's kind of sad.
So, I know. So, that was a dead end.
Literally in the lakes and streams.
So, I was like,
Giant Green Squirrel.
So I was like, okay, maybe it's a spectral squirrel. Not a corporeal cryptid, but an actual, ghost. Maybe that's the angle. Unfortunately, when you try to look up the concept of a ghost squirrel, all you'll really find are mentions of what?
No,
It's just a funny concept. It's a funny concept.
keep stealing all the
Unless-
goddamn nuts.
You take the previous episodes that we've done, and it's just Mary's squirrel.
Oh, from her coffin.
Yes.
Yeah.
I hope that these are
When you-
posted in that order so it
Yeah,
makes
yeah.
sense for everybody.
For the most part, yeah.
When the door to heaven closes and you can't get in your constellation prize squirrel.
it's a squirrel.
You get a ghost squirrel. Goes in your coffin bow and give him a free.
But it's green.
But it's green.
But it's green apparently.
That means you got the shiny.
Oh my god! This
Yeah.
thing is like a Pokemon.
Yeah, that or it's the mystery or the what is it with all the blind boxes? You get the
Yeah, it's like a shiny.
yeah. They had a certain name for it though. Like
Oh.
Shiny.
yeah.
I don't know.
Chase variant. I don't know.
Yeah.
No, they don't call it that.
Well, I've
They
heard
do
that
call
a
those
chase
things,
card
yeah.
is a thing.
Well, no, I meant like,
like
all the
that bank?
blank all the blind boxes now. They always have like
Like a mystery, we know.
yes,
Mystery,
but I
Wiesna.
thought it was something.
Why do I
else.
feel like I don't know what that word is?
Wiesna?
Yeah.
I don't.
It's just a sound.
Like Mystery or Debbie.
I don't know what's going
I don't-
on.
This family doesn't watch enough SpongeBob.
I mean, I watched SpongeBob, but I don't know what Weeshnaw
no.
means.
Wiesna. All right, Kelly.
Unfortunately, when you look into the concept of ghost squirrel, all you'll really find are mentions of something called Finlayson squirrel, which is just a breed of squirrel with varying interesting fur patterns, and some of them do turn out to have patches of white fur or be pure white.
And often have a tail light and a headlight.
Yeah. But they're normal size, so it's like a toy car.
Toy Buick.
So you'll only find really mentions of those, and then occasionally some cell phone footage of people that encounter the odd just squirrel with albinism, and that's pretty much it. So I was like, okay, where did this legend come from? Why is this even worth mentioning, much less including on a list of other more impressive big boy cryptids? So, with nowhere left to turn with this entire legend, but I wanted to be able to give it my due diligence and give it the old college try, because if you're going to include something like this in a list, then we should talk about it at some point. So I decided that the time had come to try and figure it out on my own. Unfortunately, as we've already established, Amble itself is around like 3 hours away. And in the time that I took to handle this research, I did not have 3 hours one way to spare to go out to this ghost town just to investigate. So I decided that I was going to investigate it here to the best of my ability. So, first things first, I had to get prepared. While I could not
Does
find...
this mean you did it virtually?
Or, hear me out,
Hear baby out?
you got a drone and dressed it up as a green squirrel and flew it around.
No one said it could fly.
Yeah, but if it's a ghost.
Yeah, ghosts fly.
No one
That is
said it was a
proven
ghost.
And no one said it was not a flying squirrel.
That's
The only-
gonna hurt.
The only reports we have claim that it's corporeal.
And that it's a hill.
No one confirmed that.
But no one denied it.
Hills
I don't
are
think anybody was
corporeal.
asked.
A flying hill. Oh no. Continue.
The lore is taking a weird turn.
All right, so you did preparation, and you were gonna find it out from here,
Yes.
3 hours away.
Yes.
Please explain.
So,
I've been trying.
fucking trying. So, while I couldn't find any sources on this, the overall consensus seems to be, no confirmed sources, the overall consensus seems to be that the folks that spotted this creature in modern times were drunk.
So did you get blackout
I
drunk?
myself do not drink.
I know you don't. That's why I was like, wait a moment.
Because you're a teetotaler.
No, I said no. I said don't.
It's someone who abstains from drinking.
Zach's kind
It's
of
like
a
an
teetotaler
old-time-
too.
It's an
Why don't you be part of the team and listen to our previous episodes?
He's going to. You talked about
That's
it.
on my docket for tomorrow.
Amateur. So,
I'm a little bitch. Stop that.
I myself
No.
no. So I myself do not drink, but I love to laugh and I have a can-do attitude. So that should be good enough.
Is that what you say at the bar? You know, like someone's like, "Oh, are you getting a drink?" You're like, "No."
That's how I blend in. That's how I blend in at the bar. People love me there.
Given a healthy dose of a can-do attitude.
Yes. Okay. So step one was done. The second thing I had to do was increase my chances of bringing this creature to me. And in order to do that, I had to learn how to mimic a squirrel call.
Oh, come here, little squirrel. Okay, first of all, Zachary, not needed. Second of all,
All you gotta do is you gotta cup your hands around your mouth like this and go, squirrel.
Kelly, squirrel. Oh
Sorry,
my lord.
continue.
Kelly actually has a talent for doing little noises.
Not anything identifiable in the animal kingdom.
But they're like convincing enough though. Like if I heard it, I'd be like, "What?"
I don't think I can mimic anything that actually exists.
All right, well, you just
Yeah,
said
but I
you
don't-
tried to do a squirrel, so let's hear
Yeah,
it.
let's hear this.
Well, okay, so the plan is no. You guys aren't getting off that easy. The plan here is I'm going to take you guys on the journey that I went on, and that required learning how to mimic a squirrel call. So I turned to a video from Outdoor Habits on YouTube. Most people use this for the purpose of hunting squirrels. I don't want to hurt the little fella or big fella. I just want to be able to give him some further credibility. So for that, we as a group are going to turn to this tutorial and we are going to try our hand at doing these squirrel calls.
Oh no.
Can I, as they're going through it, can I also do it?
That's the point.
I'm making sure. Don't want to do it and look stupid.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah, we'd
so
hate to see that happen.
All right, let me make
That's gotta hurt.
queued up in the right spot. Hang on.
Interesting.
Bark.
But if
I am a squirrel. Bark.
if you want to learn to talk like a squirrel, I will add the link to this video.
Tune in next week.
No, I'm just gonna leave the link in our description.
Some saliva, like a good amount of saliva.
Nope, gotta back up.
Saliva.
No one understands the process. Okay, shut up.
God, I hate all the noises already.
How to make this gray squirrel bark. So basically, you have to gather some saliva, like a good amount of saliva, spit or saliva.
Oh, I don't like watching this.
Quicker, so like, learn how to do that squeak.
And then once you add the saliva and you project that sound from your stomach diaphragm, that's when you can make a loud
That's why
I missed a step.
That was from my diaphragm.
project that sound from.
And that's about it.
Will you give us an example?
Please.
I couldn't really do it any better than what you guys have been doing. The best I got I can't do it as fast as him for some reason. He goes like rapid fire.
He's an expert.
Like how I assume a squirrel would.
Yeah, he's killed so many squirrels.
He
was raised by squirrels.
He is a squirrel expert.
and now he has revenge.
The best I can do reminds me too much of like a Donald Duck.
That's
voice.
exactly what I thought when I heard it.
And ducks and squirrels are different.
Yeah.
I've learned that in my years of my
But that was the best tutorial that I could find without actually purchasing a squirrel whistle.
All right, listeners, tell me, does this sound like a squirrel?
Honestly?
All right, that was Dan. Kelly. Zachary.
Oh, God.
Squirrel.
And I'll try.
You know what? Yeah.
It's like a Pokemon. They just say they just say what they are.
You have to picture like a pissed off squirrel that's in a tree that's yelling at you.
Hey,
Those ones
I'm
are
a
just like,
squirrel. You stole my nuts.
yeah.
I've
mine
never
sounds
heard
too much
a
like that.
squirrel make any of these noises,
Yeah,
but
oh, you've never had a squirrel yell at you?
I mean, I think so, but I don't think they sounded like this.
They, you know what?
They were like,
they kind of
hey.
do.
Can I say one
Fuck
story?
off.
Can I say one story that you're not allowed to make me feel bad about?
Sure.
All right, it's quick. Back in like 2013-ish, 2012, I went to somebody's birthday party and they went to Ding Dong Ditch, and I didn't like the Ding Dong Ditch, so I stood on the street and I went to run with everybody else, and I took a step back and I stepped on a squirrel, and I felt his tail hit me in the leg, and then the next morning it was still there, and I've never.
I don't think you killed it. I think it was probably already dying.
I'm pretty sure I paralyzed it.
Zach, it wouldn't have been that close to you as a kid. It would have ran away.
I was like.
I think,
13.
unfortunately,
You stepped on a dead squirrel.
I
No,
think
it
you.
moved. No,
I
it
think
was
you
moving.
stepped on a dying squirrel,
That-
which is
that could be
very
true.
It
sad.
wouldn't have stayed still if it wasn't already like wicked.
You wouldn't have been able to get that close.
You know, all I'm thinking is he ran, he saw me stepping, he's like, oh, this is my chance. Slid underneath, just slid underneath me, snapped his neck.
So he wanted suicide assistance, is what you're saying?
He wanted his death to look like a murder.
Oh, I mean,
I was gonna say death by.
Zach is still wanted by the squirrel community to this day.
I will
And now
say
you know they can be the size of a car, and I'm freaking screwed.
a Buick.
They're coming for you, Barbara.
That's the bailiff
will
at
say-
Squirrel Court.
I will say, Zach, I blame you for squishing a frog, but I don't think you killed that
There
squirrel.
was 0% chance I killed that frog.
I mean, you definitely laid on it.
I did not lay on it. There was no proof. Just a squash.
Yeah, there was a dead
Or frog, not
dead
bug.
frog,
There was a dead frog, and it happened to be
completely
near.
flat.
It was near where I laid down, but there's no confirmed sighting of him underneath me.
Except for we were there.
It was dark.
So once I looked at that tutorial, yeah, that was about as good as I could get. Again, mine sounds very like Donald Duck adjacent, but it was all I had. And again, I wasn't going to drive 3 hours to Amble because I just don't have that kind of time. Maybe that's a trip we take in the future.
That would be fun. I
Get
do
hammered
think
at the one bar there,
I don't.
and then go squirrel call.
Listen, no disrespect.
Giant Green Squirrel.
No disrespect to the 17 people that live in Amble. I don't know
20.
that I want to. I said less than 20.
it's true.
But you didn't
I
say
don't know
17.
that I necessarily want to hang out at Rusty's Amble Inn, especially as somebody that doesn't drink.
I would assume
What
it
about
will.
that can-do attitude, Kelly?
I
seems
have
like a
a
can
very
don't.
strong can-do attitude.
Here's the thing, Kelly. There is a chance that this is either one of those dive bars that just is the worst, or it's like a little, secret treasure.
Do you think there's a hidden gem
Secret
in this town?
treasure.
I mean,
in
maybe
this town of 6?
Maybe they make really good food and it's all like, made with love because there's not that many people.
Like a good like acorn pie or something.
Oh,
I don't think the squirrel's the chef.
You don't know that.
He's the size of a car.
Mary was also a chef.
Was she the size of a 72 Buick?
I don't know. I didn't know her.
That coffin's big.
And that's how the mom got in.
We're gonna need a bigger coffin. Okay, so I checked out that tutorial and I was like, all right, this is probably as good as I'm gonna get. So I decided that I was going to try and track down something here. I wanted to see if there's anything in our area that is perhaps a cousin of this thing. So I knew I had to wait until it was dark to try and call forth the creature. So I had to wait a little bit, but luckily sunset's kind of early now, which I love. But in the meantime, I tried looking more into local legends of oversized versions of animals native to the area. Couldn't really find anything other than just your odd, like, look at this picture of my giant cat. Like, stuff like that. So instead, I did find one of the more interesting links, which took me to the World Atlas's list of the 12 deadliest animals found in Michigan.
oh.
Pretty standard stuff. In no particular order, you have moose, black bear, wolves, coyotes. We do have a type of rattlesnake here.
Michigan Rattlers.
And then it got to close-up photos of brown recluses and black widows, and I got scared.
I
So
forget
left.
I forget that we have black widows. I think they're like very like localized to like
Yeah,
like
we don't have
one
a
or
shit
two.
ton, but I saw the close-up picture, I got scared. So,
Listen,
so I closed the tab.
the claim to fame for Michigan is that while our weather is always kind of we don't have things that will kill us here. Like animals and like insects, and we don't really have poisonous things other than one snake. I think there's like one or two snakes.
They
but-
did also list ticks, which I know you love.
Oh god, my biggest fear is ticks. This is why I'm
Scared
mad.
me off.
Neil, it
They-
is 9:30.
Yeah.
They used to not
good, we're
be
good.
here,
Are you sure?
and now they are, and it upsets me. I just don't like it.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
Yeah, I found that list, and then I was like, well, that's cool. But I couldn't really find anything else just in terms of us
So-
having local creatures that are just...
Also, wolves
Giant
don't
Green
really
Squirrel
fuck
wasn't
around.
on the list.
No.
Not even once.
I'm a
Not
little
according to the
suspect.
World Atlas, anyway.
Was a
World
Buick on
Atlas
the
fake
list.
news.
Oh my god. Or a hill.
Ew.
Any sort of Ford logo car.
That's not a Buick.
I just feel like
Yeah.
instead of saying like, "Oh, I'm gonna die on this hill," I'll just be like, "I'm gonna die on this squirrel."
Giant green squirrel.
So, yeah, I set out at night and I did my best to see what I could see.
Please tell me this is on video.
Try Paul Steve.
So, after that, I did a little bit more walking around, but ultimately, unfortunately, I didn't spot anything too remarkable. There was a creature crossing the road down a ways at one point that I could see, but it moved like a cat
And, looked
and
like a
ultimately
cat.
was a cat.
Then you should have gone.
You're right. Street cats never.
Was it a squirrel? No.
Was it a leaf?
No.
It's a shape-shifting squirrel. Or
A
there's
shape-shifting Buick.
oh that too.
Those
That's
are called
actually
Transformers.
True.
or
Squirrels
back to
in
the theory
disguise.
before. Back to the theory before, where there's a group of them. Most of them are dead from the streets and the streams now. That they
Well-
only can form the size of a cat.
Maybe ever since that instance in 2020, we just don't have the green squirrel because they ran out of dudes.
They ran out of squirrels.
Yeah. Now they're just like enough for
There's
a cat.
4 of them, and they just make a cat.
Oh my god. Jennifer knows that. 4 green squirrels equals 1 big cat.
Oh my god.
That's lore for another time.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that was about all I found as far as the giant green squirrel until such time as we might be able to visit Amble. There are other legends about vaguely rodent-themed creatures. They're in my digging through the archives, I found something called a Wapaloosie,
Ooh.
which is apparently fearsome critter, quote unquote, of lumberjack folklore in North America. It is said to have mostly lived in North Idaho. It is apparently roughly the size and shape of a wiener dog and has the feet and toes of a woodpecker.
That's sick.
And a spiked tail. It mostly eats mushrooms that grow on trees and is apparently very good at climbing, much like a squirrel. So that's part of why it showed up. And it was mostly featured in Fearsome Creatures of the Lumberwoods, which was originally published in 1910 by William T. Cox.
Actually,
So what's it called?
Fearsome Creatures of the Lumberwoods. I believe it had a reprinting in, like a modern reprinting in, I want to say 2015.
Oh, that is like the first thing that comes up when I search it on Amazon. Over to you, Abe.
But yeah, so that was the Wapaloozie. There is also apparently a giant squirrel that is based out of California called Merle. Murrel.
Merle.
Which apparently a guy made an entire website about. And it is just a giant squirrel in California, but this guy allegedly was offering a $1 million reward for
He did not
proof.
have that money. He was lying.
Well, as far as I know, he didn't get a hold of it. So there was that guy, and then that just led into me falling down a little bit of a rabbit hole about jackalopes, which we will do a more long-form episode on down the road, because while in America, these creatures come with many names, but in America, we largely know them as the jackalope. But in Germany, they have the Wolpertinger.
That's fun.
sick.
Wolpertinger?
Yeah, which is basically the same thing for the most part. The most widespread.
Then why don't they just call it jackalope?
Shut the hell up. The most common description portrays it as having the head of a rabbit, the body of a squirrel, the antlers of a deer, and the wings and occasionally legs of a bird, as well as fangs. So, like, you know,
The fangs of what? A vampire?
a vampire.
I could be wrong.
Buick?
It reminds
Kind of like a banicula.
a banicula.
Yeah, but
You guys never read banicula?
It's a Buick and a tarantula.
No, it was a children's book series in like the 90s, possibly also 80s, of a vampire bunny.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I do know what you're talking about.
That's
But
stupid.
tell me if I'm wrong. Would that creature be a sphinx? Or a sphinx, like very specifically the like body of a lion, face of a man, or whatever the hell it
It's
is?
the same concept either way.
They have a word for those things that are just a mash of...
Like a griffin is usually just like a lion and a eagle, right?
Oh,
They
my dog's just
have-
called a mutt. Can we just call them a mutt?
A mutt.
There's too many. There's too many things.
It is... Oh, no, that's just referring to the term jackalope, which is a portmanteau. Which that's just... It's a word that's a squished together antelope and jackrabbit. So it's for the word.
You know, that makes so much sense because I've always known a jackalope as like a bunny with antlers. I didn't know it was a jackrabbit. That makes a lot more sense. I just thought they were like, man, and
His name's Jack.
Yeah. Well, and interestingly enough, the German version, the Wolpertinger,
Wolpertinger.
is mostly based out of Bavaria, and the folklore surrounding it states that the Wolpertingers only show themselves to beautiful maidens on a full moon if
Oh,
they're
that's why I see
taken if they're taken to secluded parts of the Bavarian forest by the right man.
oh, never mind. I've never seen it. Damn it.
So does that mean that the man that took them can't see it, but only the girl?
Yeah,
Or
so
the
the
ma-
girl
the
is like,
maiden?
"What the hell?" And the guy's like, "You're being hysterical. Calm down."
Woman, calm down. Witch.
Versus, I couldn't find any such flowery lore surrounding the North American jackalope, but the physical manifestations of it can be traced back to 1932 Douglas, Wyoming, when a pair of brothers who studied taxidermy had a fruity little idea.
Oh my.
Sold the first physical evidence of a jackalope to a man named Roy Ball, and that taxidermied mount of the jackalope was promptly stolen in 1977, and I don't see any reports of it showing back up, so somebody just has the very first found jackalope mount.
I was gonna say, how many like flea markets and rummage sales do you think the first one has been through?
Dude, that one, I can't imagine how much. I mean, I don't know how you would authenticate something like that, but when it was originally sold by the brothers to this man named Roy, it was only sold for $10. And that was in 1977.
Sounds about right.
But I feel like the first jackalope head, that thing has to be worth like a lot.
Well,
It does. Now, I know I've told this tale before, but I really want to buy a very poorly done jackalope and then gift it to Neil's father so that we can be best friends. He is he does hunt, so he knows good taxidermy. But I just think if I gave it to him, he wouldn't know what to do, but he also wouldn't be able to throw it away if I like showed up. He would eventually, but
Oh yeah.
yeah, but he'd have to he'd be like, oh,
thank you.
like I don't even think he could hide that he's like, why do I have this?
I tried. I attempted to buy a very poorly taxidermied jackalope, and Kelly and Dan talked me out of it.
Okay, that one was terrible.
Was specifically from
Please explain.
a franchise that nobody remembers.
Oh,
no.
There are people out there who remember.
I knew I was going to offend you the second I felt you just being like, you bitch.
All right. To be fair, the franchise is Erie, Indiana.
I've heard of that.
But specifically, it was from the 8 or 9 year later second season that was technically a different
everyone's
series.
favorite? Everyone's favorite.
Oh, you don't know that one?
Indiana, the Other Dimension.
Sequels are always
The
good.
one where giant green squirrels exist and they're Buicks.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
In Indiana?
I said what I said.
Not in Nova Scotia or Michigan specifically?
Yeah, because it's the other dimension. Duh. I just did a nice rambunctious dance move.
Bless. But yeah, so that was mostly what I had. I do have more information on jackalopes, but I do think that I will save that for a future episode because there are actually some real world biological explanations for things that do seem to resemble jackalopes that do occur naturally in the wild. But we will save that for the future. As far as the giant green squirrel, have we come up with a name for him yet?
Raoul.
Squirrel.
But yeah, girl is what Zach said.
Squirrel.
What if we
But you see it like girl,
didn't
like
do that?
Girl. Sorry.
Girl.
Let me try.
Well, maybe that is something, not to be this kind of guy, but maybe that is something that we will leave up to listeners. And perhaps.
Yeah, if you like
when-
girl,
The top
let us know.
commented answer.
No, I am begging. If somebody
what
out
we will
there is
call it.
listening, I want you to leave a comment either on this episode or on our socials when we get around to posting about it. Please name this thing something else.
And please hashtag it with Mary Scratchman.
No! But yeah, that's all I got.
So to surmise,
Wrong word.
to summarize, there's a big green squirrel that drunk people saw, and they thought it was a Buick or a hill. We thought it could be a combination of multiple squirrels. But we're green, and their eyes may or may not glow different colors that resemble headlights or tail lights. And then a lot of them died because of cars and water. And then
Wrong.
It wasn't a okay.
You're not even summarizing what we talked about correctly.
And what I heard was that there was a
I heard.
Are you hanging at the
There's
end?
a man giving tutorials in his car, and his mouth is full of saliva.
That was my next part.
His mouth is
wait.
full of squirrels.
I forgot earlier, okay, when I said homunculi, because I was thinking of Full Metal, it's chimera.
Yes.
That's what a mixture of more than one animal is. It's a chimera.
Yeah.
And I couldn't think properly of the name, so I had to look it up. But yeah, so a jackalope would be
Just
a
getting more
chimera.
flashbacks to the Robert Downey Jr. Sherlock Holmes, where it's like the hair of a man and the feather of an eagle and the heart of a lion. Okay, sorry.
but you have to answer its riddles 3. Well, thank you so much, Kelly, for doing all of that research
And learning how to talk to squirrels.
Yeah, you know what? A couple of you did it better than I.
I was gonna say, did you not watch the ending of Ember's New Group when Kronk teaches people how to talk to squirrels?
That's
my
true.
God.
So you need to take a follow-up video that we'll post on socials of you outside doing that talking with the squirrel.
Yeah, squeaker.
Squeakerton.
You heard it here first.
You heard it here first.
Probably not. I feel like that movie's been out a very long time.
You heard it here
That-
first. Disney's newest hit, Ember's New Groove.
Only freshest
Cultural references.
The freshest media around.
As we talk
Yes.
about most things that are in like the 1800s and early 1900s.
Well, I mean,
Today wasn't, but you know.
Yeah.
Breaking news.
So I think that might be the end of this episode. So I'm going to just end us there if you guys don't have anything else to say. That's all.
Subscribe.
Oh my God. Okay, yeah.
watch, listen, share. Over to you, Kelly.
Who invited this guy? What the fuck?
You can find us wherever you listen to your podcast. Give us a like, a review, anything helps. Follow us on Instagram, and you know we're gonna keep you updated on what's going on and what our next stories are gonna be or whatnot. And I think that's it we got for today. So goodbye.
Over to you, Kelly.
Bye, Zach.
Goodbye, everyone.
Not over to you, Kelly. Once.
Green Squirrel.
Okay, goodbye.